guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check this out. I've got myself a new generator to play with. This one here, surge wattage 4,300 watts, running wattage 3,450. So not bad. You can definitely run TV, fridge, multiple fans, multiple lights, and run them probably a good long while with 3,400 watts at your disposal. It is a 4-stroke 150cc or 149cc engine. Rated voltage is 60 hertz at 120 volts. It is single phase. Fuel capacity is just shy of a gallon, 0.92. And 25% load running time is 5 hours. So good while. I mean, 5 hours on a gallon is not a bad deal at all. It weighs about 50 pounds, it says, 50.7 pounds. And we're gonna open it up and check it out. Is the AIVOLT Corporation. They reached out to me, asked if I'd be interested in checking it out. They saw one I did about a month ago on a much smaller unit, and they apparently liked that and then wanted to know if I wanted to do more. Of course, I said yes to that. Can never have enough generators. I'm a huge fan of solar, but I also understand that just like cars, we're not past the era of gasoline quite yet, my friends. And it's got a quick start guide here. It says use a funnel to add some 10W30. Minimum of 87 octane unleaded gas is what it runs on. It's just got some other stuff there. You can kind of see that. All right, I'm gonna put this razor blade down. Couldn't find any of my knives, so I imagine my wife got into my collection of knives. And that was the end of that. All right, big old manual here. AIVOLT, right? The VS 4350101, revision 0 is what it says here. 29 pages in English, including warranty info. And I'm talking about how not to kill yourself with carbon monoxide or burn the house down. Those are all important things. Parts description, we got a spark plug wrench, owner's manual, quick start guide, oil funnel, 30 amp RV adapter. I did see that in there when I opened it. 12 volt battery charging cable and a screwdriver. And yeah, it talks about all kinds of stuff here. Doesn't want you operating at above 104 degrees if possible, but you know, probably would be okay. Engine oil type 10W30 would be from 0 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 120. If you're going to be running less than 60 degrees down all the way to negative 25, W30 is good. Above 70 to 120 or 1040. And 5W30 synthetic, well, you can run it the whole range. That's kind of interesting as well. Cool. You can do parallel connections with 2 inverters. That's kind of cool. Maintenance and storage information, valve clearance, parts. Look at that, even comes with a wiring diagram for the inside of the unit. So that is, I appreciate that. And then it goes on into several other languages. All right, so this is what they were talking about as far as the stuff it comes with. This, it looks like the end of a gas can, but it actually screws in. And that is how we get our oil into the unit. It's important to keep that, don't lose that. And then it also has, like it's stated in there, you can hook a cigarette lighter, pour it up, and you can actually recharge 12-volt batteries off of that. That is a neat trick I hadn't really ever thought about using an inverter generator for. Here is various plug for our RV. One style to the other style, in case your RV plug is the older style plug. It has both, that's kind of cool. And then it comes with this nice little toolkit here, which consists of a spark plug wrench and a screwdriver that is a flat blade screwdriver here, and a Phillips on the other end. So it's kind of a multi-tool. Stick that in there to rotate, you get your spark plug in and out pretty easy. So they gave you everything you'd need to maintain this thing, which is pretty snazzy. I appreciate them doing that. Go ahead and snap that back up. Main unit here, 50 pounds, not very lightweight, but also nowhere near as heavy as many of the other ones that are out there. Go ahead and set that off to the side. We'll get this out of here. Oh, looks like got some oil probably from as it's shipped here, so it's a little bit dirty here, but here we are. You can see the edge here, nice bright neon orange. I kind of like that, I'll be honest with you. Pull start on that side. A couple of warnings on the top. I'll flip it around, you can see the other side. Nothing to note there. Up on top here, that is our spark plug port right there. And you can see right here, the reason these things are so quiet, these inverter generators, is that they're encased. And so they are a really quiet engine to start with. The way that they produce energy is quieter, but then they're also encased in a way of keeping it more quiet. If we lose those panels, we get more noise. It does say not for sale in California because unfortunately, well, they're communists out that way nowadays. So we have that going on. All right, exhaust is that way. It does have a carbon monoxide watch guard, auto engine shutdown, and more of the same stuff here. RPM at full load is 4,400 RPM. Insulation class is F. Ambient temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. And it says using a generator indoors will kill you. That is absolutely true. On the back here, exhaust port, there's our muffler, and I do see a little oil around here, but again, it's probably from the running time that they had there. I did roll this thing around a bit getting it over here, so it might be me kind of tipping it on its end was a bad idea. Of course, where the money's at up front is right here, and this is where we've got our intake, and we have our RV port right there, our regular household 20 amp circuit right there. Here is our cigarette port that apparently you can use to charge, which is pretty snazzy. Another USB and USB-C port is really cool. Then these ports here, we'll put those back in there. That one doesn't want to go in there. There we go. These here are for parallel connection. So we have the ability to add two. Stop, run, and start. So this is our choke, run, and stop there. We'll leave that right now over that. A primer bulb. Of course, we don't have any fuel in it right now. Then we have some lights here, and we do have a bunch of a digital display here. We have, looks like low oil, low idle for efficiency. It's got a little efficiency thing there. Not sure what that button does in the rest there. Oil goes, or I'm sorry, gas goes there. This is a 4-stroke, so we're only going to be using regular gasoline for this. Nothing too fancy to get this thing fired up. Now I do need to put some oil in this thing before we get it started, and I'll have to do some reading here to figure out how that goes. Up top here is just the spark plug. I would imagine, yeah, probably one of these has got to come off here to get to this, but let's go ahead and see how to go about getting our oil in there, and we'll fire this thing up and run it. And I'm kind of excited to play with it. Very cool. So this panel here comes off with just 2 screws, which is really nice. And that exposes oil dipstick, air filter here, and carburetor if you ever needed to get anything in there with the carburetor. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put oil in this thing. We'll make sure that it's topped off right, and we'll fire it up. All right, well, I've got gas in it. I've got oil in it. I've got it all buttoned up and ready to rock and roll. Go ahead and put it to run. And we'll put it to start and see what happens there. Start is choke, although it's not that cold out today. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, it's sputtering already, so move it to run. Nice. Okay, maybe a little hard for y'all to see it, but we've got a power and a timer. So how many kilowatts you're using and how long it's going to run on the gas. Nice. Then it has low idle, it's in hydro mode there. Has an oil light, which thankfully is not on. 12.4 volts output, 60 hertz. Yeah, so it's got some stuff. I'll get the camera closer in for that. As far as noise, I mean, walking around it here, I would have no issue working right next to this thing. I mean, there's nothing. Coming around the backside, you can hear a little louder on the backside. You can see a little bit of smoke coming off of it, burning probably assembly lube off of it as it runs here this first time, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's not exactly on level ground too. It may be burning some oil, but yeah, looking good, looking good. All right, let me get this off the stand here. So you can switch through, and a little hard to see it. There you go. It'll show you your wattage, how many hours, kind of cool. .60 hertz. Runtime is nice. It's got an hour meter on there. Eco mode's on. And of course you can reset all that stuff. That's pretty nice, man. Nice little unit. Yeah, we're keeping this one. We're going to have this for emergencies. The VS4350101, the AIVOLT inverter generator, 4,300 watts of surge power and 3,450 of run power. Nice. Do a quick walk around. And of course I'll leave a link to where you can get one of these things. And I guess that'll do it, my friends. I'll see you next time. Take care.